Hey guys, welcome to The Weight of Things. My name is Michelle, and in this video what we are going to be talking about is self-isolation, self-improvement. So regardless of where you are in the world right now, we are all facing this COVID-19, whatever everybody wants to say, whether it's fake, whether it's man-made, whatever it may be. The point is that we are all feeling the effects of it. Some of us are in even more of a lockdown situation than others. Here where I live, we are allowed to go out, we are allowed to go to stores. However, we are still practicing social distancing. Now, in every situation, there's always a good side and a bad side. And it really depends on how we decide to look at things. Now, obviously being told that we have to stay inside, that we probably can't visit family and friends, may not be the most fun thing to do, especially as the weather starts to warm up and spring is in full bloom and you're wanting to get outdoors and visit people and do all kinds of things. However, what I want to talk about today is what we can do while we are in this confinement. We can either choose to mope around and complain about the fact of what we cannot do, and look for conspiracies and look for everything possible and spend our time searching the internet, reading all kinds of theories and listening on social media to everybody else's opinion about what's going on or what may not be going on. If you haven't been living under a rock and have social media or have been anywhere around a phone per se, I'm sure you've probably received articles, videos, whatever it may be, with all kind of conspiracy theories about what is really going on with this virus. If you are not careful, you can get lost into all of them. One person saying this, one person saying that, and this person saying everything. And before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole trying to find out all the information, the ins and outs, what's happening, who did what, when, where, why, and how. The thing with that is that even if you do find out, what exactly are you going to be able to do about it? If you find out that COVID-19 is caused by 5G internet, if you find out that it was man-made, is that going to impact your life? Is that going to make the COVID-19 virus, whatever is going on in the world right now, is it going to make it go away? Is it going to benefit you as an individual and benefit your family? Chances are probably not. Not to say that we can't look into these things. Number one, they're very interesting. And number two, it's very important for us to know what's going on in the world and be up to date with the up-to-date news. However, what I am cautioning against is getting lost into it. And before you know it, you're obsessed. You're up all hours of the night. You're arguing with people. You're becoming unloving. And you're just kind of, going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, might I suggest another way to spend this time of isolation? Instead of chasing down the next and latest theory, how about we use this time in what positive things it has brought to our lives? Spend this time learning how to cook if you don't know how to cook. Or if you do, spend this time researching different cuisines, learning about different cooking techniques so that you can develop your cooking skills even more. Spend your time learning about how to be more self-sufficient, because if some of these theories are correct, we all could use a little bit of knowledge on how to be a little bit more self-sufficient. And I remember one year something actually did happen where there was a total blackout in part of North America. Now, this blackout lasted for a few days where there was absolutely no power. But because my parents and most parents at that day and age were preppers, if you'd like to call them, we had the things that we needed. I think it's always good to make sure that we do have things that we need just in case if there ever is a time when we would actually need it, such as canned foods, can opener, batteries, flashlights, first aid kits, and blankets, all these different things that we might need and could be very useful should there ever be an emergency. Also, on that note about first aid kits, it might be good to do a little bit of research on first aid in itself, how to be able to administer first aid if needs be. There are certain places in the world right now that because of this virus, they are on total lockdown. No grocery stores, no shopping, no nothing. Now, bless the Lord that hasn't happened here. Not sure if it's happening at a place near you, but we need to be prepared for whatever may happen in the future now, whenever it may be. How about learning a new skill like sewing or knitting? How about learning how to garden and learning how to grow some of our own foods as well? Spend this time where we are all having to stop, the whole world is having to stop, and use it wisely. Use it doing something that's actually going to benefit your life and benefit the life of your family. Be productive in this time. Go and learn about your health and try to get healthy. That's a lot of what we talk about on this channel, is health and wellness, and trying to learn different ways how we can be on this journey together. Learn something new about your health. Learn something new about things that you're eating, vitamins that you should be taking. These are all things that are actually in effect because of everything that's happening. Use this time to kind of educate yourself on these things so that should this progress any longer or something like this happen again in the future, that you have actually used this time wisely to gain skills. Not only is it just great to just know these skills, but also it's kind of something fun to do, I would say, while we're in this time that we have extra time on our hands, rather than sitting around and twiddling our thumbs and scrolling through social media. We could definitely be applying ourselves to learning a new skill that can actually benefit our lives. Working out is definitely good at this time. Getting your immune system going is definitely good at this time. These are all things that if we're, regardless of the reason, the person behind it, what's going on with this whole thing, these are all things that can actually benefit you, even in this situation and any situation in the future. It's an investment of your time that you have, whether it's by choice or by force, that you could use to do something good with. And speaking about doing something good, don't forget to actually do something good, not just for yourself and your family, but for others. Don't forget to be praying. Don't forget to be somebody in your community that people can count on, people can call on for prayer, for support, for encouragement, for whatever may be needed. Another really great and important thing to be doing at this time is getting an even closer relationship with God our Father. You know, right now churches are closed. A lot of people are going crazy because they can't go into the churches, and I get that. But this is the situation that we are in right now. And one thing that I do know as a believer myself, a lot of us sometimes, we have our relationship with God based on going to church every week to receive a new word of encouragement, a new word to kind of get us through the rest of the week. Well, now that that has been taken from us, how is your relationship with God when it's just you and Him? Use this time to develop that intimate, individual relationship with you and Him so that that can continue on even after this has passed. There's a lot of things that are on standstill right now, and for whatever the reason, whatever the cause, God has allowed it. And what we can do, what is actually in our power, is how we use the time that we are given. Are news reporters lying to us? Are politicians lying? You tell me. The point of the matter is, what we can do is try to enrich our lives with the time that we have right now and try to turn a very negative situation into something that could be positive. Looking on the bright side, looking on things that we can do that can actually turn it into a positive experience. There are a lot of parents that are really struggling right now, and there are a lot of children that are probably in uncomfortable situations, maybe with abusive parents or even parents that are just stressed out to the max right now. So we also need to be very prayerful for them and trying to, as I said, be a help in your community in any way that you can. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. Make sure that you click the bell so that you can get notifications on every time that I create a new video. Thanks for watching, and bye.